And welcome back to Brent's Anime News Corner for the week ending June 18th, 2011. Thank you as always for joining me and talking about the various news of the week, starting with the fact that Squid Girl was licensed this past week by Media Blasters. They'll be releasing it on DVD. So those of you who are fans of Squid Girl / Ika Musume, first 6 episodes will be released on one DVD loaded with extras, and I believe they said that there will be a dub. Yeah, there'll be a dub on that, so that's cool. It'll be released on September 27th, which is about 3 weeks away. Amazing. If you wanted to pick up a copy of Range Murata's Like a Balanced Life, no D in there, good luck. It went out of print pretty darn quickly, despite the fact that there was or perhaps because there was an English release. Well, you can now get it if you have an iPad. There's now an iPad app available on both the Japanese and English iTunes stores. You can download it. I've actually done it myself, and it looks great. You can go through Range's a lot of his early works. Be aware there is some nudity there. One image in particular shows some nudity, no sexual content or anything. But that is, be careful about that if you're showing it to your parents. But beautiful artwork. One cool thing is you can actually, if you press and hold on any of the images, it will fade that into the original sketch. You can compare that, and then if you tap it again, it'll pop up a little note from Murata talking about the process of making that drawing. So that's pretty cool. The police in, let's see here, I forget which prefecture, have announced that they're going to fight crime with Moe. They went to Pixiv, the big art site, sort of the deviant art of Japan, and found a great illustrator and asked him to do a poster, sort of an anti-crime poster, and said, I quote, "A magical girl would be nice too," end quote. So they made this sort of magical girl police character, and she's showing up on posters all around Japan, or all around this prefecture. So that's pretty cool. Amazing that the police are actually using Moe to reach out to the youngins. Oh well. Meanwhile, otaku have been asked to rate their favorite summer anime, or at least the ones they're looking forward to the most. The top 10 include The Idol Master, basically season 2 of Idol Master, Natsume Yojincho-san, 3rd season of Natsume Yojincho, Bageto Testo Shokanju ni, at number 3, followed by Dantalion no Shoka, Rokyubu, Kami-sama wa Memocho, Kami-sama Dolls, Itsuka Tenman no Kuro Usagi, Blood Sea, and Moaru Penguin Drum. So those are the big ones. Look to be a lot of the more otaku-friendly ones are the ones that they're particularly interested in. The Japanese National Tourism Board, meanwhile, is trying to get more otaku into Japan, and they're doing that by creating a map of the actual real-life locations that many anime are based in. So basically, where was Haruhi Suzumiya based in Japan? It's shown on the map, as well as images for a whole bunch of various, or locations for a whole bunch of various anime series, including Kannagi, Lucky Star, Evangelion, Saikano, Sailor Moon, Spirited Away, Summer Wars, Taramujutsu no Index, and Railgun, True Tears, among others. Plus, it highlights where you can see the Ghibli Museum, the Bandai Museum, stuff like that. So, if you want to go to Japan, this would be the place to look. Go to animenewsnetwork.com or otakunovideo.net to get a link to that map, and you can see where a lot of fan-favorite anime actually happened. Let's see here. Big announcement from Bandai this week. Sunrise has announced the next Gundam series called Gundam Age. And the information is still a little sketchy in terms of exactly what it's going to entail, primarily because they've announced that it's going to cover many different media intentionally, i.e. they're going to be stories done in anime, manga, video games, etc. And so they revealed some information about the plot, but it's unclear whether that's going to be all in the anime or some of the video games, whatever. The main protagonist is a young boy who stumbles across plans for a Gundam and then grows into that role, if you will. But the story is said to cross 100 years of storyline and 3 protagonists. So again, maybe that's one in the anime, one in the manga, one in the video game, all 3 in the same anime, who knows. So that's very interesting. A video game exec is going to be overseeing the story. He's also a writer for anime. And Lots of other information posted at animenewsnetwork.com as always. That will be launching here fairly soon over in Japan. Just looking to see where they had mentioned the actual, if they had mentioned any actual dates. I don't think so, other than the fact that it will be coming up, soon. Probably in the fall, I would expect. One interesting thing, it does look like it's aimed at younger audiences, so we'll see where that goes. But cool, new Gundam anime. Meanwhile, Studio Ghibli, creator of many fan favorite and many family favorite anime movies, put up a big banner on its rooftop protesting the use of nuclear power. I'm not joking. Basically, they posted this thing that there have been protests in their area about nuclear power as a result, of course, of the power disaster. The banner on top of Ghibli says, Studio Ghibli wants to make movies with electricity that isn't from nuclear power. This banner is in clear sight of major train traffic, things like that. So this is clearly a publicity stunt, if you will. The funny thing is, this is actually posted on Twitter by Takashi Murakami, the famous super flat artist. He noticed this and snapped a picture and uploaded it to Twitter, and folks started talking about it. So that's kind of cool. So no nuclear power for Ghibli because they're environmentalists. Finally, there was footage released from the upcoming Captain Harlock CGI film. Remarkable because there are so few CGI films made in Japan, and this is a revival of a classic property. And unfortunately, the only footage we can find is from French television, where they talk over the clip for the entire thing. But again, go to ann.com, and they will, and you can see the link to the footage. It is all CGI. All the characters are there. They look exactly like Leiji Matsumoto characters look, all weird, but it translates to CGI, and we'll see how it looks. They've certainly thrown a lot of imagery into it and trying to make it look different. It's one of the neat things you can see from the imagery on the side here. It's dark, it's moody, which, again, is something you don't often see from CGI films. They're trying to be cartoony. This is trying to be different, so good on them. So that's it, and that's the news for this week. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you next week with more anime manga news. Take care.